And that's another strikeout. And that's 6 hitless innings for Noah Cameron in his big league debut.
Go ahead, Noah.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Mandy Bell. Today is Thursday, May 1st, and yesterday we saw it all. 6 1/3 hitless innings for a pitcher in his MLB debut, another first-inning homer by the Yankees, I bet you can guess by whom, a benches-clearing moment, a 21-game hitting streak, a milestone homer for Freddie Freeman, and back-to-back-to-back blasts. We'll detail it all in under 10 minutes. Let's get to it. Look, I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not even close. I never had a chance to dream about what a major league debut could be like, but it always seems like players say they've always dreamt of getting that phone call. It's the first moment they step on the field, the first pitch they throw, or the first time they step in the batter's box, just knowing that they finally made it. I don't think that dream usually consists of throwing a no-hitter. Now, Noah Cameron did not throw a no-hitter in his MLB debut, but he certainly flirted with it. He didn't give up a hit through 6 1/3 innings. Sure, the first game jitters were there. Through those first 6 innings, he danced around 4 walks, and he's a guy who's known for his excellent control. But the Royals' number 5 prospect, as ranked by MLB Pipeline, showed a veteran-like poise when runners reached base. Cameron had a 1-2-3 first inning. After walking back-to-back hitters in the second with 1 out, he induced an inning-ending double play. It wasn't until the third that he recorded his first big league strikeout.
And a swing, and that's a foul tip strikeout. The first strikeout for Noah Cameron in the major leagues to finish a 1-2-3 third inning.
The fourth inning was perfect. The fifth started with a runner reaching on an error. Another batter drew a walk. Still, Cameron didn't let it rattle him. He worked around another walk in the 6th inning and recorded 1 out in the 7th before he gave up the hot shot down the left field line to Curtis Mead that ended the no-hitter debut fantasy.
And a line drive, that's a fair ball up the left field line. There's the hit. Jansen goes to second on the single by Curtis Mead. And he breaks up the no-hitter 1 out into the 7th inning.
Even though Cameron was ridiculously efficient, only having thrown 79 pitches through 6 1/3, the Royals got more than they could have asked for in a spot start, replacing their ace, Cole Ragans, who was out with a mild left groin strain, but is expected to return to the rubber soon. So Royals manager Matt Quatraro immediately walked to the mound to pull Cameron after his 1-hit, 3-strikeout debut.
Dream come true, obviously, just being able to throw for the Royals, it's just, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Have a lot of family here. And yeah, there's just no words to describe it.
This was everything anyone could have ever imagined for their MLB debut. It's even more special knowing that Cameron, who's from Missouri, grew up a Royals fan. His performance helped Kansas City defeat Tampa Bay 3-0. And, oh, by the way, Bobby Witt Jr. extended his hitting streak to 21 consecutive games. Not a bad day for the Royals. Do the Yankees know how to start a game any other way?
High drive, center field. Mullins back, track, wall, see ya. Oh, what a shot.
That's 15 homers coming in the first inning this season for New York. No other team had more than 11 entering play yesterday. And now that April is officially behind us, we can now say the Yankees' new franchise record for the most home runs hit before May 1st is 53 after Judge and Paul Goldschmidt went deep last night. Judge has been electric this season, and this blast marked his 10th of the year, tying him for the most in the majors. Yet for the first time this season, the Yankees lost a game in which Judge went yard. How? Well, a big second inning for the Orioles did the trick.
Urias gives this one a ride. This is a long way to left, and that ball's gone. 2 home runs in the inning.
But in the 4th inning, tension started brewing.
Kjerstad now going at Reyes. Reyes is going at Kjerstad. He said, "You got to be kidding me." And here come the benches.
Yankee second baseman Pablo Reyes leaped into the air to catch a throw from catcher Austin Wells and made an awkward landing on top of Baltimore's Heston Kjerstad, who was sliding into second base. Kjerstad started chirping at Reyes, and then the benches and bullpens cleared, After things dissipated, the O's plated another run in the 5th, and that was enough to fend off the Yankees and an RBI single by Judge in the 7th, as Baltimore held on to a 5-4 victory. On any given night, the Dodgers could produce a front-page storyline. Or sometimes, like last night, they could produce like 5 front-page headlines. More after the break. Storyline number 1. Tony Gonsolin looked solid in his first start since August of 2023. 2024 was spent recovering from Tommy John surgery. As he looked to open the 2025 season in the Dodgers rotation, he landed back on the IL after hurting his back in the weight room toward the end of spring training. Aside from him itching to get back on the rubber for personal reasons, the Dodgers desperately needed him back, as Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow are both sidelined with shoulder inflammation. And a quality start is exactly what Gonsolin gave them.
Strike 3 called, a slider outside corner knee high. 9 strikeouts for Tony Gonsolin.
6 innings, 3 runs, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. The Dodgers couldn't have asked for much more. Storyline number 2, Max Muncy snapped his homerless drought with his first long ball of the season.
Is hit hard to center field. Sanchez going back, turns, and there it goes!
That was 150 plate appearances without a home run, which marked the longest of his career. Storyline number 3, Freddie Freeman has 40 career homers against the Marlins. Although it was merely a homer that extended the Dodgers' lead to 5 runs over Miami, it was a swing that's demonstrated the tremendous success Freeman has had against the Marlins in his 16-year career. And as you may have guessed, that's the most he's hit against any opponent. And none of these storylines even included Mookie Betts knocking in 4 runs, Shohei Ohtani tripling, or Michael Conforto going over the wall to make a catch. But all of these highlights led to the Dodgers' 12-7 win over the Marlins. Elsewhere around baseball, with the Yankees' loss, there's one team standing alone with the best record in the American League. The Detroit Tigers, just as we all predicted. A grand slam by Javier Baez helped the Tigers pull off a 7-4 win over the Astros. The Blue Jays erased a 6-0 deficit starting in the 6th inning against the Red Sox to force extra innings, and after Alejandro Kirk hit a 2-run homer in the 6th, he became the walk-off hero in the bottom of the 10th. The Cardinals hit back-to-back homers in their 6-0 win over the Reds in Game 1 of a doubleheader. It was the first time St. Louis hit 3 consecutive homers in the 9th inning of a game since 1892. The Cardinals went on to sweep the doubleheader with a 9-1 win in the nightcap. Now, after the amount of time Mike Trout has been forced to miss the last few years due to injuries, the last thing Angels fans wanted to see was Trout jamming his surgically repaired knee while running down the first baseline in the Angels' 9-3 loss to the Mariners. But the superstar outfielder seemed confident he'd be back in the lineup today. On the other hand, the Mariners stayed scorching hot as they've now won 15 of their last 20 games. For the rest of the scores from around the league, check out MLB.com. There was also a scary moment at PNC Park last night when a fan fell over the railing above the 21-foot right field wall during the 7th inning. He was immediately tended to by paramedics and was carted off the field on a stretcher. The Pirates said that he was taken to a local hospital, and you can continue to check MLB.com for updates. Later tonight, you can catch MLB.tv's free game of the day at 7:07 p.m. Eastern Time as the Red Sox and Blue Jays wrap up their 3-game set in Toronto. Or you can tune into MLB Network earlier in the day at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time to watch the Diamondbacks and the Mets. That's all for today's morning lineup. Anthony Castrovins will get you caught up to speed on all things baseball tomorrow. As always, please be sure to give us a rating and a review, and share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.